Anthony, can I have one?
Yeah. You can get me one as well.
Robert, oh sorry, when you done.
Yeah, so them ones with the A, Robert. Okay.
Yeah.
We send it.
So I'm hearing he's out in camp with Oleksandr Usyk.
I'm hearing the same thing.
Well, what's that about?
He's trying to reinvent himself in many ways. And Anthony Joshua's always done that, by the way. He's always travelled around working with different people. He's trying to rediscover a little bit of that confidence. He's gone to Oleksandr Usyk, where we're hearing reports he's out there, training with Usyk and the team, trying to pick up something, trying to rediscover something.
That's very strange, Paul.
Anthony Joshua training with Usyk is where the storyline flips from spectacle to serious business, because AJ isn't just preparing for Jake Paul, he's leveling up with the very man who once outboxed him.
And are you still being trained by Ben Davison, Lee Wiley? Will Ben be in your corner on the 19th of December?
So no, I won't be trained by Ben Davison. I said that London's a bit distracting for me. So I was invited to train with Team Usyk. So I've been in Spain. We've been doing some good training out in Spain. And I think he's one of the best in the world. Not I think, he is one of the best in the world.
AJ has confirmed he'll be training alongside Oleksandr Usyk's team, turning down his usual setup and stepping away from London's distractions to lock in overseas. And that alone speaks volumes. I won't be trained by Ben Davison. London's a bit distracting for me, so I was invited to train with Team Usyk.
And it's not all down to him, it's also down to his team that's around him. So I linked up with them, and getting an insight to how someone who's achieved so much has been phenomenal, man. It's been a great experience and it's very challenging.
Wow, I did not know that. So who will be your head trainer on the night?
Igor.
Okay, and how long have you been with them?
A couple months now.
Couple months?
Yeah.
In the darkness, in secret?
No, it's not a secret.
Are you sparring with Usyk?
No, I don't spar with Usyk. Okay. Usyk's, he's training somewhere else at the minute, but he's been in camp, but he's in and out of camp.
Okay.
So right now he's training somewhere else.
We've been doing some good training, Joshua revealed, and you can feel the shift in mindset instantly. He's not chasing comfort, he's chasing evolution. Calling Usyk one of the best in the world and crediting the mastermind team around him, AJ made it clear this camp is about learning, refining, and absorbing elite-level discipline.
Is that a wise move, Anthony Joshua into Oleksandr Usyk's camp?
Why not?
Can it not be? I mean, it has to be a wise
I think he had a good run under Ben Davison before the Dubois fight, and maybe he feels with that loss he needs another slight change in direction. Maybe he feels that Ben has got Moses and that's his main priority, possibly. I don't know.
Fabio's in the gym as well.
Yeah, there's loads in the gym, and Fabio and others, and Ben's got his hands full, and Barry, they've got Lee Wiley, they've got a huge stable. They're an incredible team. They do things differently, and why not? Why not? Anthony, go and learn from that camp. I think it's an intriguing move, and let's see what happens.
Anthony Joshua training with Usyk already told us this wasn't just a crossover circus, but then Eddie Hearn steps up sounding like a man who just found a cheat code in real life. And now you, me, all of us are watching this unfold like a luxury heist where AJ walks away with dominance and a suitcase full of confidence. Eddie's basically saying, yeah, Jake signed it and we smiled, because from their side this looks like premium pay-per-view with heavyweight consequences, and I can't even lie.
Now we're fighting in an 8-round fight for 40 times more money against Jake Paul. So I love the opportunity for AJ on so many levels. I think it's a straightforward fight, massive profile, you know, and especially in the US. So we can go back into 2026, all guns blazing with Turk shaking the plans to hopefully fight Tyson Fury. But in the meantime, we get to wrap our hands, go out there, build the profile a little bit, smash up Jake Paul, make a fortune, and on we go. So yeah, for us, we were very pleased.
The calmness is almost funny, like they're discussing a friendly jog while planning to steamroll a bulldozer. He's calling it a straightforward fight, and when a promoter is that relaxed, you know the fighter must be looking terrifying in the gym. We've got Joshua studying Usyk's discipline, sharpening his engine, then hopping into an 8-round showdown where Jake is still marketing belief like it's a new energy drink flavor.
Contract coming through, signed by Jake Paul, and I sort of looked at it, I was like, oh my God, he's done it. So yeah, look, I have to give him credit. I do think he's crazy. I think he's got absolutely no chance. I think he's going to get smashed to pieces.
Do you think Jake's crazy?
Yeah, I mean totally. I mean, listen, for us, we received an offer that was massive money and a really easy fight. We were talking about fighting this week here in an 8-round fight.
And don't get me wrong, I respect Jake's confidence, but there's something hilarious about a man calling AJ washed, while the same AJ is being prepped like the final boss of a boxing video game. You can feel the setup here. This isn't just hype, this is Eddie plotting AJ's global relaunch with Jake as the stepping stone, and we're all sitting front row like, how long before heavyweight reality taps the microphone and says, the show's over, folks?
Like, this is very real, and you know, once you get hit by AJ, you'll know all about it. As soon as AJ hits him on the chin, the fight's over. So when that comes, we don't know. But you know, Jake's improved a hell of a lot. He's done a lot of camps. He's fought boxers. Like he's now become. I used to call him average, but he's become a decent cruiserweight. Decent cruiserweight, right? Not for me, not world class, but you know, a decent fighter.
Eddie Hearn had us feeling like this whole AJ versus Jake situation was a luxury business deal wrapped in boxing gloves, and before you can even process that energy, Gareth A. Davies slides in from sunny Miami basically saying, yeah, this is wild. And now I'm sitting here like, welcome to the strangest heavyweight plot twist of the decade. You, me, all of us know exactly what this is, a certified spectacle where the interest is through the roof, but the logic is doing warm-up laps. Gareth calls it bizarre, I call it heavyweight roulette. Because 1 minute it's AJ wins easy, the next minute it's what if something crazy happens?
It's very hard for him to say no to this if he didn't want the money, but he wants the money, and you can't get away from that. It's a big money heist. He ought to put Jake Paul away quicker, or maybe has to put Jake Paul away quicker than he did Francis Ngannou in 2 rounds, and that was the former UFC heavyweight champion we were talking about there. So it's a lose-lose for him, unless...
And it's on Joshua, because if he looks too comfortable, people scream mismatch. And if he looks too cautious, people start acting like Jake unlocked a secret level. That's boxing internet logic for you. Undefeated and being ridiculous. But here's where it gets spicy in a smart way, because while Gareth talks about this being a lose-lose scenario, I'm looking at it like a heavyweight popularity earthquake waiting to happen.
Because in many ways, I think there's a lot of pressure on him, weirdly, because there's so much interest. I mean, it's exploded since it was announced, because it's anomalous in many, many ways.
Yeah. There's a danger, though, Gareth, and if he damages him badly.
Exactly.
That will be bad for him, bad for the sport, and probably the end of YouTube boxing as we know it.
Yeah, look, people want to see him. I think a lot of people who like boxing want to see Jake Paul put in his place, but no one wants to see him really hurt, do they?
You've got AJ, the polished professional, walking in with legacy on his shoulders, and Jake Paul, the walking chaos generator. Press conference moment is getting analyzed like it's a final boss trailer. We're not watching a regular fight, we're watching 2 worlds collide, and whether you love it, hate it, or just here for the madness, one thing is clear: when that bell rings, the jokes stop and the reality check starts, and we're all locked in waiting to see whose version of confidence survives the spotlight.
This isn't a warm-up fight. This is a circus act. This is a freak show. So this is a money grab, and it's nothing more than that. So I think both Fury and Joshua get in the ring and have a warm-up fight, if you like, which I don't like. I think they should just be fighting each other, and then they'll meet in September. We understand.
And just when Gareth had us questioning whether this whole thing is a circus or a social experiment, Wade Plemons dives in and flips the spotlight straight onto Jake Paul's mindset. And I'm not gonna lie, this is where it gets spicy. We're not talking courage anymore, we're talking full main character energy. Jake isn't just saying he can win, he's out here promising a cinematic knockout on a 2-time heavyweight champion like he found cheat codes hidden under a Celsius can. And I get it, that level of confidence is how he even made it this far, but you, me, and anyone with functional eyeballs can see this isn't just bold. This is walking toward a thunderstorm, holding a metal umbrella and calling it character development.
This may be where his delusion finally leads to the end of Jake Paul's career. Because delusion in this business can get you hurt real bad. And I think for the first time, Jake Paul's delusional idea about how good he is in the sport and what he can do may have led him a bit too far. This is the first time where Jake is in real danger.
Now here's the scary funny part, because Wade is cooking when he points out how Jake's "I'm that guy" aura might finally meet reality with a capital R. He's not fighting a sparring partner who forgot his guard. He's stepping in with a heavyweight who treats right hands like eviction notices. Jake calling AJ stiff is cute, but Joshua moving slow is still like a luxury train coming at you in slow motion. You're still getting hit. And sure, Jake's belief system is undefeated, but belief doesn't block uppercuts, and confidence doesn't shrink a 6'6" Olympic-built problem standing across from you. This isn't a motivational speech, this is physics wearing boxing gloves.
This one is the one where I think he went too far trying to convince everyone that he will do the unthinkable and has done the unthinkable. And I just don't see how he hasn't put himself in the most dangerous, most like health risked spot, life-threatening, legitimately spot of Jake's career. And I mean that word life twofold. I mean his boxing life, and I mean potentially his actual physical health.
And what makes this even more wild is the pressure cooker AJ's walking into, because if he plays with Jake, people scream embarrassment, and if he ends it too fast, people scream mismatch. Meanwhile, Jake's treating this like his superhero origin story, talking about destiny while the boxing gods are sharpening the reality check. So yeah, I respect the bravery, I respect the audacity, but we might be witnessing the moment where delusion clocks out and reality clocks in with gloves on. Either Jake makes history, or Anthony Joshua reminds everyone why heavyweight boxing is not a playground. And honestly, that tension is exactly why we're all glued to this madness.
And if the only thing you're banking on is he doesn't have a chin, this could be the most rude wake-up call I've ever seen in boxing. Legitimately. This could be one of the most damaging fights you have ever seen in boxing. Career-ending, life-altering. I'm not saying that as a joke. I legitimately think that could be a possibility at play, which is why, again, you have to give respect to Jake for doing it.
So here we are, at the edge of madness and momentum, watching Anthony Joshua sharpen his sword with Usyk's discipline. That's the real debate. Is this the night Jake's delusion finally cashes in? Or does AJ remind the world that heavyweight boxing is not a TikTok challenge? I want to hear it from you. Is this a disaster waiting to happen, or the wildest upset blueprint ever written? Drop your thoughts in the comments section like a proper boxing debate, and yo, don't ever forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. See you in the next one.